Dipping the eye. Morning men, starboard 10. The buffer. Hello everybody, welcome back. And today's little, it's not a knot as such. It's called dipping the eye, and I'll show you what it's useful for. It's more often than not used in the boating world. However, if you have got to tie some lines around a post, you may also find this useful as well. It's just a quick, easy way of putting two or more loops around a post and easily removing them. Let me show you first of all what the problem is. Oh, and let's get started. What I've done here is I've got 1, 2, 3 in number bowlines, and we have intruder alert, because as you can see in this one here, I have put my working end on the outside, and the only reason I've done that is it annoys some people. So anyway, if you're easily annoyed, stop watching and leave me a thumbs down. Right, anyway, let me show you the problem now. We have, for example, 3 ropes here with loops on the end. So it could be mooring lines or something like that. And then what I'm going to do is just bring into play on my right hand side my jig here. And the first thing that I'm going to do is blue vessel comes along and he takes the bollard as you would normally. Just puts his loop over the bollard and then everything's happy and fine. However, red vessel comes along and red vessel wants to share the same post or bollard. So what he does is just puts his line over the top of the bollard. And now this is where a little bit of a problem comes about. The problem is, if say for example blue vessel wants to leave, they either have, okay, let me show you this. To quickly leave, he would automatically assume, pull it over, oh, no, I can't do that because I'm still stuck there. And then he thinks to himself, maybe if I pull the red one back, but if the red one's under tension, it makes it hard work. And then by pulling the red one back, goes up, drops it down, and then off he goes. So, or the other alternative is, if it's moored up like this, blue wants to leave, what he does is, the quick and easy method is just basically take red off the actual stanchion or bollard, release blue, put red back on. But the problem with that as well is that you're now increasing the risk of a problem for the red boat. So what I want to show you now is a really nice little method of securing lines, shared line, if you're sharing a bollard or a stanchion, and it's called dipping the eye, and this is what you do. So let's say for example red boat comes along and he's the first one onto the bollard or stanchion. Next thing is blue boat comes along and thinks, I want to share that. So what they do this time, rather than putting it over the top like that and then causing red a problem underneath, because if it's under tension it's difficult to get red released, what they do is blue comes along and he does what's known as dipping the eye. He goes in underneath the eye of the red one and then puts it over the top, and there we have it. That is it. It's as simple as that. So now if either want to leave, they don't have to touch the opposite line. So if, say for example red wants to leave, he just pulls his line and takes it off. But if say for example blue wants to leave, what he does is he pulls his line, takes it over the top of the stanchion and back down through the eye again. So let's do that now with 3 ropes and see if that works. It's just a nice nifty little, it's almost a pub trick. You know, you could make this up in a pub to get a free beer and say to someone, how do you put something over a stanchion and you don't interfere with the other ropes to get yours off. So anyway, so let's see. Red is already docking, and he's docked and he's hogging the stanchion. Blue comes along, but what blue does is he goes up under the eye, so he's dipping the eye and then passes his rope over the post. And so simple, so easy. Now the next thing is, I'm not sure how it happens, but yellow comes along and he also wants to, so it's a little rowing boat, also wants to share the same bollard or stanchion. And what happens is yellow passes his cord or his line, the eye of his line, between the two eyes of the other colours, and then passes it over the top and just lets it sit on top of the three that are there. And now any we'll pick a colour at random. I hear you shout. Okay, so let's pick a random colour, and I can hear everybody out there in internet land shouting blue. So what we do is, all we need to do is just get hold of the blue one, lift it up, pull it over our stanchion and take it out. And you can see here we still have these two are nicely secured. If we say red, we can just lift red off. If we say yellow, we just pull the yellow one, lift it and let it come out through the eye. And that's it. It's as quick and as simple and easy as that. So all you do is, when you have a loop on the end of a rope and you want to use a stanchion, you're doing what's known as dipping the eye. So yellow comes along, wants to moor on to the red's one. All he does is bring it underneath red's eye, over the top of the stanchion, and he sits on top of the red one. And so therefore, red or yellow either want to leave. So if, say for example, red wants to leave now, all you do is lift up and he's gone. And that's just a safer, more secure, or not more necessarily more secure, but it's a safer way of attaching two or more lines to the same stanchion, and so you can quickly release without interfering with somebody else's mooring line. The only problem is, and it's quite a problem, everybody has to do it. So if someone doesn't know it, teach them, show them how it's done, and show them the benefits of dipping the eye. And for those of you who are sailors, yes, I'm sure you know this, but for those of you who aren't, you may still find this one really, really useful in different scenarios. So there we have it, dipping the eye. So once again, yay! Or if you hated it, ooh. But please do leave me a comment and tell me your thoughts on either this or anything else. So once again, thanks very much and bye-bye.